Wow. Wow. You have a very large audience already. Wow.
Deliver richly featured devices.
Wait,
Also enabling ultra low.
okay. Sorry about background noise. I'll try and get, we need everybody to be on mute. I hope I didn't set it up where everybody was unmuted by accident. Please check your mute, everybody, because real important with this many people in the room, we're going to need everybody to be on mute. We're already at 100 people in the room right now. And I believe we're going to have our largest audience that we've ever had as the Venture Starters community. So congrats to everybody. Amazing that this event just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. More mute issues. Again, everybody who's here, please be on mute. That way we can all enjoy the event. It's really important that one person speaks at a time. That said, I'm looking forward to others speaking. I don't want this event to be just me talking. We're going to have lots of folks pitch tonight. Those of you that would like to pitch, you need to look for the reaction button and select the raise hand. I choose people based on the order that they have raised their hand through the Zoom app, and that's the only way that I know who we're going to select and in which order. So please take a look at the reaction button and raise your hand if you're planning on pitching today. If you just want to watch, that's fantastic. Just so everybody knows, this is a networking event. We have a lot of new people here today. And the whole idea is that we're trying to support startups and early stage companies by finding them the pathway to the right people, the teams, the money, the scalability. All the startups that are here have needs. That you'll be meeting a bunch of amazing founders who will be pitching. And if you're interested in connecting with any of them, you'll do that through the chat. So please open up the chat, open up the participant page so you can see who's here. But definitely open up the chat because that's where you can reach out either directly or to everybody who is here. And that's how we all connect. And it's working. We've been doing this as a weekly event, and the feedback I'm getting from everybody is keep on doing it. And it seems to be growing. And I can already tell just based on the fact we have 120 that have arrived and we're only into our second and third minute of the event, this thing is going to definitely be our biggest event that we've had. So I couldn't be happier. I have a bunch of announcements to make before we get started, and then we'll start to have our amazing founders pitch to us. The next event is going to be on December 3rd. I am taking a break for Thanksgiving, and all of you need to take a break, whether you celebrate Thanksgiving in the United States or not, because those of you who've been coming to all of our events every single week, first of all, thank you so much. But we all just need a little bit of a break. So the next event is a Saturday. It's the monthly life science event. If you're in any of the biotech fields, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, anything that you would consider in the life science community, come to our Saturday, December 3rd event. You can sign up for it at venturestarters.com, where all of our events are listed. Even if you're not interested in life sciences, if you come, you will literally hear from founders who are inventing the future to save our lives and improve the quality of our health. There are some absolutely stunning and amazing founders that are part of our community that are in the life science sector. Again, just to remind everybody, you need to be on mute at all times. Absolutely important so we can carry on this event. I was experimenting a little bit this week with ways to reach out to folks to invite them into our community so that we can grow our community to be even larger and stronger. And I think we can see that some of that is working as a result of we're over 100, well, almost up to 130 people here. So we're definitely going to have our largest audience, which is great. The Venture Starters community is for people who start ventures, all the different types of roles that you can play, from being an investor to being somebody who's a mentor to opening up doors for channels of distribution, strategy ideas, becoming co-founders. A number of our founders are actually looking for partners or co-founders. So there's a lot of different roles that all of you who are here today can play to help us make these companies successful. In our first 100 days of being the Venture Starters community, we've had over 6,000 people register for the events. We have almost 5,000 emails. We're over 60,000 views of the replays on YouTube. We have over 3,300 followers now on the LinkedIn community page, and our newsletter has grown by almost 25% in the last 10 days. We're now up to 1,250 plus people who've signed up for the newsletter. I encourage all of you to sign up for the newsletter. You can find out how to sign up for it at the LinkedIn page, which is the Venture Starters community page. I have assistants that are helping me. So if you see my picture up a couple of times besides me being live, it's because my assistants are manning various stations involving this particular event. I need them. And if you're reaching out to me in the chat, just know I'm not there. My assistant is. I'm not going to be able to see or know what you're trying to reach out to me for. But as you can see, I've added my email address after my name, and you can do the same thing too. It's a great networking exercise. If you just click on the 3 buttons on your picture, I think the last version at the bottom is rename. Go to the rename and add your email address after your name. It'll help you get connected to more people. All the action happens in the chat. I just want to remind those that are just now arriving, we're doing amazing. I see almost 140 people in the room. Amazing. To those of you who are pitching tonight, 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. That's the pitch time. Please try your best to self-moderate. I am not looking to create a hook or pull you off stage. I don't want to be playing that role. It's not the role that I envisioned here. I want you to just basically, tell your message in 2 minutes, which means no business plan pitches. Just a little bit about what you're doing, a little bit about who you are. It's a tease, and then everybody's going to meet you in the chat. Those that are interested, they'll ask you for your deck. They'll, or if they would like to maybe join your team and help you grow your company, maybe they have certain expertise that, you might find valuable that they heard from your pitch. Please try and make the pitch just 2 minutes. Those of you who are used to doing 5-minute pitches, you have to really focus on this. It's become a problem in the last couple of weeks that a few of us have gone a little bit too long, and I start to hear rumblings. I really want the event to be fast-paced for the sake of everybody, so we can get the most amount of people in pitching possible, so we can get the most amount of connectivity possible. The rules of our event, for those that are new, are really simple. You just simply need to be nice. Our community is all about nice people. If you don't want to be a nice person, leave our community. With regard to when I ask whether you have a question or a comment immediately following when somebody pitches, please only ask nice and easy questions. We're not trying to embarrass anybody or show that their model won't work. That is not what we do in front of everybody. If you'd like to dive deeper with any of the founders and maybe challenge them on something or teach them or educate them, do that privately. This isn't the event to embarrass anybody. If your signal is weak and we can't hear you when you're pitching, if something is going wrong, I may literally just cut you off and mute you for the sake of the audience. Doesn't mean that we don't want to hear from you. You'll have to get in the queue again, reboot your computer, try it again. But we're not going to have real poor signals. By the way, my name is Mark November. A bunch of you who are new don't know me. You can learn about me or find out about me on LinkedIn. I won't spend a lot of time, but I'm the founder of this event, and I'm paying for all the cost of this event. And it's kind of a fun experiment to see how this is all going to work. I really believe in networking as the tool that is necessary for the ecosystem of the startup world to basically survive these economic times. You need warm introductions for investors, you need warm introductions to customers, and hopefully we will connect everybody to enough of the right people to make that magic possible, because that's the best way forward in this sort of an environment. We have an event every Wednesday. We occasionally do a Saturday event, but we won't be doing Wednesday events the next 2 weeks because of Thanksgiving, and I'm going to take off 2 weeks between Christmas and New Year's. We're going to do 4 events in December. The fourth one is going to be, I believe, on the 21st of December. You can check all the dates at venturestarters.com, but we are going to have a holiday party. So I'm really hoping that some of you will at least dress up with hats, or at least like come in a festive mood. If you want to sit at home and drink, that's up to you, but do it responsibly. We're not trying to create any liability here for this event, and I want you all to have fun. You're all in the privacy of your own home, so it should go smoothly. If anybody has suggestions how we can have a holiday party for our community, I'm open to suggestions. If you'd like to do a 5-minute pitch in front of a group of investors, of which many times I'm on this investor panel, look up Startup Right. Startup Right. They're a really neat group. We have fantastic investors, and if you're interested, sign up. Somebody from Startup Right, I'm sure, will be here tonight, and we'll leave that information in the chat. I also want to do a shout out to Go Global World. They're a really fantastic event, especially for international companies that, you know, are not inside the United States. I've been to one of their events. They're really amazing. I highly recommend them. I'd also like to have a shout out to Blake Wind, who is a co-sponsor of today's event, who helped us get this big audience, and Luke, who is a co-founder who helped start this event. And you'll probably see them both here at the event somehow. One last time, we already have 40 people planning on pitching. So I would just say to the existing audience, nobody else raise your hand to pitch. 40 is enough for us to do tonight. I'll try and stay so we can get everybody in. Normally we try and do a 2-hour event, and it's pretty fast paced, but if we run just a few minutes late to get all 40 in, I'm happy to stay if you're happy to stay. I want to thank all my helpers and all the volunteers that have been very useful, and all of those amazing compliments and comments to help us formulate strategy for the community and where we're going next year. We will make some changes that I think will help us grow even bigger, and I'm looking forward to bringing all of you along. This is really important. Please listen. Please treat any introductions to people you meet at our events with the same level of caution as you should do at any other networking events. Just know, I don't know everybody who's here. So, you know, you're meeting a whole bunch of people. We're a open to the public event. Just keep that in mind. I do happen to know a lot of people here, and the ones that I do know are amazing and they're talented. And we have some terrific investors in the room like myself. And so please explore, but be cautious also, because I don't know everybody here. All of our events are at venturestarters.com. Our calendar's there. You can register there. Please go to venturestarters.com, get on our mailing list so that we can send information to you as need be. I think that covers all of my announcements. Anything you can think of? We're good. All right. So I'm so excited for tonight. We have 154 people, and it's just growing. So this is definitely an amazing night. So we're going to get started. First up is Jason. Take it away, Jason.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Thanks for the intro there and everything you're doing. So my name is Jason. I am the founder and CEO of Ageless Partners. We are an early stage startup company with one core mission to reverse the aging process. At the moment, we have hundreds of thousands of people dying around the clock. Everyone on this call has loved ones, including themselves, that will die from aging if we don't stop it in its tracks. There's no other thing on the planet that will kill you with 100% certainty than aging. Everything else is speculation. We have a moral obligation to accelerate the technology to make this a reality. There's also an economic imperative. If we don't do this, we're going to have so many old people, so many sick people, so many obese people, and our economy will collapse. There's no doubt in my mind. You're seeing it across the board. People are getting older and sicker. Here in the US, longevity, lifespan is going down. Who would have thought in an era of a proliferation of technology and innovation? It's unheard of. We're taking a brand new approach. It's never been done. We're not doing any long FDA clinical trials, stem cells, none of the above. Nothing we're doing has been done. None of it is mainstream. We're taking a radical approach. We want to take someone who's very old and make them very young. We're going to start by getting college athletes, football players, baseball players, cheerleaders, and so on. We're going to measure their biomarkers extensively. We're going to know what youth and what athletic people look like and what their biomarkers are telling us. We'll then bring in old people. We will then use our proprietary method that we are going to patent. We're going to patent this technology before we tell everyone what it is. So I know everyone wants to know, hey, what exactly is it? It's based on quantum physics. It's not patented yet, but we are going to patent it. And we're looking to bring people back decades, not a couple years here. Just want to put that out. We're looking to raise $3.5 million at a 40 million post-money valuation. How are we going to use that capital? We're going to buy equipment. We're going to build these machines that are necessary. We're going to buy a ton of supplies. We have already secured a lab. We're ready to go. This isn't going to be some 10, 20, 30-year thing where we have to spend billions of dollars on long clinical trials. We're trying to make this happen, for everyone on this call. Really appreciate it. And our go-to-market strategy, not going to go into that much, but we'll open up a chain of clinics or we'll license the technology. And I think that's most of it. You know, that's basically it. I think that sums it up. So thank you.
I think
very
you
much,
covered
Jason.
it,
Yeah.
Jason. Thank you.
So.
Does anybody have any quick, and I mean quick
Yeah,
questions?
John has a quick question. Don't use the term old people. You better, politically correct mature people, because I take that very offensively.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. That was an excellent comment. I concur. Anybody else have a comment or question? The reason I ask for whether there's comments and questions is also so that the audience has time to go in the chat and reach out to Jason and say, I'm interested, or whoever is the speaker. So it serves two purposes. One, we get a little bit more of a taste of who the presenter is. And then we also give a little bit of a chance for you to send a message before the next person starts to pitch and you're concentrating on the next person. Just FYI, that's how we've formulated the event. Anyways, Jason, just because we have so many people here, I'm going to move you along. Up next is one of the favorites here at the Venture Starters community, Lima. Good to have you back.
Thank you for having me. I've never been this early in the queue. All right. Well, growing up, my father was very abusive to my sisters and I. I remembered everything, and that's why I wanted to go into mental health. But my sisters, identical twins, successful actresses, and YouTube stars, had no memory of the trauma. They had what's called complex PTSD. I don't know if anyone else is getting that weird feedback, so I just muted and unmuted. 9 years ago, they began to experience symptoms of severe mental illness. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
9 years ago, they began to experience symptoms of severe mental illness. They went to see a mental health professional, and that was just the beginning of the end for them. The psychiatrist had no tools to treat my sisters. He simply just asked them, how are you feeling? And based on my sister's description of their own psychological condition, kind of like a blind person trying to describe the color blue, a feeling that they've never felt before, they gave them they diagnosed and prescribed them a concoction of medications. And my sisters were misdiagnosed for 3 years, developed an addiction to their psychiatric medications, and have been trapped in the cycle of relapse repeat for nearly a decade. Not only is this problem keeping my sisters sick, alongside millions of Americans, but it's costing insurance companies billions of dollars. Our solution is data-driven healing. My name is Lima Yevremovich, and I'm the founder of Aura, Telehealth for Mental Health. Aura is a comprehensive system that allows clinicians to see how the patient is feeling and tracks progression, regression, risk level of patients, and the purpose is to improve treatment outcomes with data for relapse prevention. I've led treatment initiatives for recovery planning for addictions, eating disorders, and severe mental illness for professional athletes, high-profile celebrities, and public figures, and I've been tremendously successful. The thing that all of these people had in common is that they could afford to cash pay about $45,000 a month once insurance cuts them off. Aura is all about setting a uniform standard of care for mental health, scaling accessibility and insurance coverage, and so that we can treat mental health like physical health using data. Our team has extensive experience with healthcare and insurance industries, and we've already had market exposure with our technology and hospitals and clinics. Our technology is ready for market. We're raising $1.1 million to close out our current round of funding to deliver our products to clients. The funds will be used to expand our team so that we can sell our software to treatment centers and insurance companies. And our mission is to innovate mental health care with data so that treatment centers make more money, insurance companies save money, and patients like my sisters actually get better. So who's ready to join forces in the mental health care revolution? Thank you.
Thanks, Lima. Does anybody have any quick questions or comments? Then meet Lima in the chat. Thank you. Up next is Chris. Good to see you, Chris.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Good.
Good. My name is Chris Farraguna. I'm the founder of WinQuest Incorporated. WinQuest is an app like Pokemon Go. It works globally. It took several years to build with over 20 IT technicians. We have an amazing platform to reach the whole world. It's working in the whole world. We're going to launch in the next few months, and we're looking for strategic partners. The augmented reality gaming sector, according to iMark, is going to be a $38 billion sector by 2027. It's a very hot market with a 33.8% CAGR. We also collect data, brand, product, and hobby interest data, and then match it to merchants to become a data mining and digital ad platform, which will then become one of the first augmented reality digital ad platforms that's going to reach the masses. We have the patents in for this. We got novelty for it globally, for connecting merchants to users in real time with merchant affiliate ads and augmented reality billboards. And so, long story short, my app is an augmented reality treasure hunting app that's like Mr. Beast and Pokemon Go kind of competition, chance to win cash and prize app. So that's my company. If anybody's interested, let me know.
Any questions of Chris? Quiet audience for so many people being here. Interesting. Chris, you can meet people in the chat. If any of you are interested, follow up with Chris. Up next is Alan.
And unmuted, and my timer's running. Thank you very much, Mark. Alan Brunton, Austin, Texas, Cymatrax Incorporated. We have a software as a service residing in the cloud where we take digital audio and make it healthier for the brain. Healthier means that what we have done is taken clinical trial data from MIT, Johns Hopkins, Harvard, Oxford, and others where they have identified that specific frequencies which are in all digital audio will raise your cognitive ability. They've also identified that white noise does just the opposite and puts you to sleep. I'm sure you know people that listen to white noise to go to sleep. That's what it does. All of those frequencies are in all digital audio. What we have done is created software that is patented, that will take any digital audio, locate where those good frequencies are, lock onto them, and then it's this very special formula that reduces the percentage of white noise amplitude. So without changing the quality of the recording, the user now has more energy, less stress, and a higher cognitive focus. 2 months ago, we just received our first preliminary report from the Department of Communication Science and Disease at James Madison University showing the positive response of using our software for PTSD and autism. We are now looking to do further trials. Our largest client to date just got finished submitting a billing invoice to us, whereas he has already used our product at a cost of $121,000 just for 1 year. This is a very marketable and very profitable engagement for anybody who listens to digital audio, podcasts, corporate training, music, online education. If you want to contact me, please do so in the chat. Thank you very much, Mark.
Interesting. I like what you're doing. Does anybody have any quick questions?
Hey, Mark, Keith here. I'll ask a quick question only because I love this space. Clever idea. Just curious about your go-to-market. How are you going to acquire customers? Is this something you're going to sell to manufacturers who are making finished products for consumer or retail? Or are you going directly to manufacturers and integrating it into their technology?
Thank you very much for the question. Very personal. Just great question. What we are doing right now is looking for other partnerships to be able to help build our company. Right now, there's myself and my chief technology officer, Eduardo Contreras, who has a very successful cybersecurity company and a tech team of 7 other people to build our platform. Just last month, Samsung, North American Vice President of Business Development in the cellular market, came and contacted us about seeing how to use our technology, our algorithm, and put that into their smartphones, which is 325 million per year. We are really looking for any way to be able to use this. It could go as a plugin for Spotify, YouTube. We have the technology, but at the moment, to answer your question, we have a retail site, Symatrax.com. Anybody can go there and start uploading files and get an output file. It takes about 5 seconds for a 4-minute MP3 to be able to be filtered, and a new output file is yours to raise your brain cognitive ability.
Alan, did you say how much you're looking to raise? I'm not sure I heard that.
I did not. No, the pitch deck shows that we would love to be able to raise $1 million. But if anybody has connections to a lot of other groups, we can make things happen on the side for them.
Alan, please send me your deck. Send them okay, great.
My sentiments exactly.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's other in our audience that will be interested as well. Thank you, Alan. We're moving on. Up next is Mindy.
Well, good evening. Good to see everyone. My name is Mindy Scarlett from the Scarlett Creator Group. 10 years ago, it was unusual for someone to be able to say that they were a best-selling author. Fast forward to today, and it's much more common, almost to the point where it's a detriment if you don't have a best-selling book. So my superpower is I help people become best-selling authors. I am putting together and launching the Ultimate Authors Workshop. I have acquired a venue with the Citrus Club. They are going to be hosting and sponsoring me, which is absolutely wonderful. I'm looking for $250,000 to fund the marketing and startup. And I am looking at figures of between $2.5 and $3 million at the end of 2 years. So that's what I'm looking for tonight with the Ultimate Authors Workshop, so I can use my superpower to create more best-selling authors.
Nice. And by the way, take note of how short and sweet that pitch was. Just the way we like it. Does anybody have any quick comments or questions?
Yeah, I have a comment. Mindy, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to move on. Mindy, you can meet everybody in the chat that's interested. Up next is Caesar. I might have mispronounced, sorry.
No, that's perfect. Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, hello, everyone. So yeah, Caesar here in San Francisco. I'm founder of Resonate, and I'm going to put my information here in the chat as well, in case anybody would like to connect on LinkedIn. So I'm doing 2 things really to help startup founders. I think what we're finding is that, you can't get money unless you have some traction, but then how do you get traction unless you have money, right? So I'm trying to eliminate this whole catch-22 scenario And so I do two things really to help. One is that I do help build traction, B2B only, I don't do B2C, with mid-market companies. And the reason for that is because they tend to have budget, they're faster, they make decisions in 90 days. And so I help startups to do that in the USA and in Europe. Number one. Number two, I'm also an advisor on deal flow at Bay Angels here in San Francisco, which is, I think, the oldest angel investment network. I think there's some folks here that are actually potentially presenting at our upcoming pitch on November 30th. And I'm also a venture scout at Level Up Ventures. So I'm helping on those two areas. And I put my information there in the chat. If anybody would like to, talk about it, whatever, connect with me on LinkedIn. And that's what I have for you. Thank you.
That's great. And Bay Angels is a very viable pathway for some of you. I highly recommend it. We're going to move on. Up next is Daryl.
Hey, Mark, and the community, thanks again. Always love it here. Unfortunately, couldn't make it the last couple of weeks, but wanted to share some updates. I'm with Recody, and I'm excited to tell you about our multi-tenant SaaS platform that will allow sports teams, fans, and athletes to collaborate and build symbiotic relationships by leveraging memories and tapping into that emotional fan data. Imagine your favorite team knowing exactly how you want to interact with them, how you take on games, where you live, what you do, how meaningful their World Series championships have been to your existence, and really embracing that content creator enterprising fan, which we know is quite vibrant. Sports have a way of making deep connections, and they don't have to be season to season. They could be consistent and year long. And so I'm part of a team of sports executives that have come together to help revolutionize the fan engagement game. We're a hybrid of sports media, marketing and sales, and customer experience professionals that are focused on giving value to teams through leveraged fan memory connections. There's lots of opportunities for us through fan-generated content to have them integrate into fan experiences across venues, digital scrapbooks, Web3, the list goes on and on. To keep this short and sweet, I'll just encourage people to check out one pager that I dropped in the chat. I will be happy to answer some questions. The most significant update since the last time I spoke is we're starting a new accelerator program next week, and we're very excited about some of the strategic partners and the investors we've been speaking to lately. We're in the midst of a 500K round. We're pre-revenue, but we're really close to finishing our MVP. So look forward to talking to the community and answering questions in the chat or on LinkedIn and email. Thank you.
Any quick questions to Daryl? Then you'll meet in the chat. Thanks, Daryl. Up next is Katerina and Dmitry.
Hello, my name is Katerina. This is Dmitry, and we're founders of Hyperinite. And nice to be here again. So Hyperinite is a platform for Python with cloud features. Python now is the most popular programming language in the world because it's cool, and I can explain. Almost all AI is doing in Python, so it's a quite big thing. But when you have to write, when you have a task and you need to write some application for it, not only AI, you need to build a web application, mobile applications. So you need several teams for it, or some guy who can do everything, and it's amazing, but it's very rare. And you need to take care about some infrastructure. Your data scientist who is working with AI
we're gonna hold on a second here. I just muted everybody. If you can unmute yourself again to speak. There
okay.
We go.
Yes, thank you.
Right.
So you need several teams on different language, and you need to care about infrastructure, and you need to care about using GPU servers for AI, and GPU servers are very expensive. So our platform takes care about it, about distributed computations, and it can translate Python to JavaScript. So you can write actually web application entirely in Python. So it's I guess it's new conception of software development. And you can save in money for GPU servers because you can run a piece of code on different servers by one click. No, your specialist. So it will save in money. How we're gonna sell it? So we're building on our platform a code editor for Python, and data science will allow it because we have everything in it, all their tools. And it will be subscription, individual, and for teams and for enterprise. And we're on pre-seed, and we need
we're on pre-seed, raising 250,000 euros on Uncapped Safe with 25% discount.
Great. Okay. So I think we got a general taste of what it is you're doing. Does anybody have any quick questions?
Hi, Katrina. Amar here. So is your libraries built in, or it is in progress?
Our platform now in the final stage. We're gonna finish our core technology this month, and we will have a beta version in 2 months, beta version of code editor. So our first launch will be, I think, about in half a year with cloud features already.
Okay, great. We're going to have to move on, but everybody, you can meet them in the chat. It's fascinating sounding for especially you software coders. Up next is Ash.
Thanks, Mark. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Ash, founder at White Label, Adval Games for Businesses. Have you been bothered by targeted ads? What usually happens is when we browse the web or use apps on our phones, the websites and apps collect our personal data. They keep track of us using cookies and identifiers. Later, this data are sold as third-party data to show you unsolicited ads. Both Apple and Google are taking steps to stop this. With all these restrictions, businesses will need first-party data. First-party data is the information a business collects from the audience directly. Now, what does that have to do with our Adval Games? On average, users spend 17 minutes on Adval Games. Adval Games can collect first-party user data at scale. We tested the concept with a simple landing page only. Just in 4 months, we have made $9,000 in revenue. We want to make Adval Games available to businesses of all sizes with a no-code platform. The platform will help users to make games without any specialized tech skills and within minutes. We are raising an angel round of 100K, got 60K committed so far. So looking forward to raising the remaining 40K to close the round. Details are in the chat. Thank you.
Great. Any quick questions of Ash? Ash, meet people in our community in the chat. Up next is Vlad.
Hi, Mark. Thank you for the invitation. To make it really quick, I'm Vlad Reznikov, MD, PhD, MBA from Miami, Florida. You can find my information in the chat. Just copy this or make a screenshot, please. We're talking about regulatory affairs, and I'm representing RapaHub. RapaHub is a business platform, actually a SaaS platform for regulatory affairs in healthcare for healthcare products like pharmaceuticals, biotech, medical devices, and other 18 categories. With current situation, regulatory affairs is in state of chaos, with raising costs, with staff shortage, with increasing complexity. And actually it's outdated because there is no platform like this where you can find simplified roadmaps for regulations, where you can hire people for particular projects and run these projects with escrow payments. So it's like a marketplace, but more complex with simplified regulatory affairs roadmaps. I run this business for more than 20 years. I'm an owner of consulting company, regulatory affairs consulting company, and we are ready to make a next step to for technology or digital approach. And actually we are overwhelmed, you know, with a lot of requests from many countries, and this platform will allow us to find, you know, local experts and to serve a global industry. I'm looking for a little bit more than 1 million for in a pre-seed for MVP development and 16 months of operations. Thank you so much. You can find my credentials in chat as well.
Any questions of Vlad? Vlad, meet our community in the chat. Up next is John.
All right, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm John Arciero, COO of T4L. That stands for Transportation for Life. We're an all-inclusive, hassle-free transportation subscription service for electric vehicles. We're the new option. Instead of leasing or buying a car, you can subscribe a car, and we especially Teslas. We handle all the details, endless paperwork, hassles, dealing with dealerships, DMV, insurance, finance, maintenance. We take care of it all. Our members simply select a vehicle, choose their customized options, and our proprietary technology builds the car for you and it gives you the subscription price. So now the numbers. We've already raised $5 million in equity and lease capital. We've put over 30 cars on the road. So we have traction, and year over year, our revenue is 400% year over year. As for marketing sales, we have more traction. We're handling over 4,000 inbound leads right now. So obviously, Tesla's got to build the cars faster, as well as other EV makers. Our unit economics, the average asset that we have under management is $72,000 per asset, as you can imagine, because Tesla's range and other EVs can range as low as 40,000, but as high as 125,000. We have an average monthly income from each vehicle of $1,460. That's $1,460, and our gross margin is 60%. We manage all the cost of goods under that, including any insurance, charging, maintenance, and capital needs. We're raising working growth capital now, so we want to buy more EVs. We're going to raise up to $10 million. We're doing that in $100,000 minimums. That's at $42 per share. And we do provide bonus shares up to the first $5 million invested. Our current money valuation is at $45 million. So please reach out to me. Let me know if you're interested.
John, do you have an investment banking firm working with you yet?
Well, we've actually got a couple that want to work with us, but we've not pulled the trigger, obviously, because we're still, you know, end of Series A, starting Series B. So we do have two very high-profile firms that are interested to take us to the next level when we're ready. But we do have capital available on a debt service basis, but we prefer to use the equity side.
Any quick questions of John? John, oh, go ahead. I do not know why that is happening tonight. We've had that twice, and I don't recall that in any previous event that we've done. Anyway, in any event, John, you'll meet people in the chat. We're going to move on. Next up is
Santosh.
Oh, wait, I'm missing something here. Jean-Claude, you're up next. Is it? And everybody else should be on mute, like literally everybody. So check your mute, make sure you're on it. Okay. Did I lose Jean-Claude?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Thanks, Mark. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So, hello from Switzerland. I'm JC, co-founder of Fortitude Corp, based in the US and Canada. So, the sense of belonging and love are essential to the health of mankind. Thanks to Fortitude, no one will lack a daily opportunity to socialize, whatever their age, social origin, or country. Fortitude will become the new normal to spend quality time with nice people instead of sitting in front of a screen. Urbanization and now virtual world have opened incredible opportunities, but then why are we talking more and more about social distancing, of loneliness that kills 6 million people a year? We've already screwed up too many generations. That's enough. So first of all, the solution is not as easy as picking random people, checking the box and expecting the best. In many cases, this can increase the fear of rejection and accelerate a hormonal vicious cycle. Nor is the solution an app where you can select your acquaintances by swiping on a photo. This is time-consuming, definitely wrong, and often dangerous. Our vision is rather to develop a kind of Uber of the socialization without public profiles and essentially based on an innovative emotional artificial intelligence to select and design the best crowd available for you. Imagine an app that in 15 seconds gives you the power to automatically arrange social immersion in a group of about 40 people who share similar aspirations and who are highly compatible. Imagine there's people waiting for you in a cheerful private venue where everything is made to increase empathy without any pressure. And as an investor, imagine this happening simultaneously in a few dozens of hundreds of locations in each world city. In fact, Fortitude is about to answer $1 trillion question that hundreds of millions of people ask themselves every day. What am I gonna do tonight? So our business model is based on the sharing economy. It guarantees, one, the profitability of each event through on-demand logistics activation, and two, a positive cash flow on operations, reducing the working capital requirement. So I would also like to highlight something. The data we collect on real-life interpersonal relationship is what tech giants dream of, but which is inaccessible online. So it is highly valuable. So thank you. Being well surrounding, as I said, is essential. And until Fortitude, it was not easy for everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any quick questions?
Yes, I actually have a question. Jean-Claude, how
please.
much are you looking for exactly?
So we already raised $1 million. We are currently aiming to raise a C round of 10 million among identified strategic partners. Meanwhile, we are offering a last opportunity for angels in a preferred convertible bridge up to $1 million total, 50,000 minimum commitment. And it is to build the critical mass, generate the revenue as we started already, and populate the database for our deep learning machine. So this will immediately leverage $3 to $5 million of advance on R&D tax credits and various subsidies we can have access in Montreal. And we have worked to be eligible for all of that with BDO.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to move on. Thank you for the question, Blake. I encourage questions. Up next is another Jean. It would appear. Jean. Oh, hold on. I'm in the wrong page. My bad. It's Duncan. Duncan's up next.
Hi, Mark. Thank you. This is a great group of people. My name is Duncan Burns of Veggie Dome, and we're producing a product called the Fruit and Veggie Keeper, which has been trademarked. It has been utility patented. It's patented in Europe. This is going to change one of the most important rooms of your house, the kitchen. And it's going to change one of the most important things you're doing, which is eating food and eating better, meaning more fresh produce and more fresh live herbs and fruit. This keeps vegetables fresh out on the table throughout the week. The dome itself keeps the moisture from the vegetables nearby inside the contained object. The vegetables drink the water from the air. It's the cleanest form of water, which is moisturized air, water from the vegetables. We have produced 7,500 of the units. We've sold them. We did a successful Indiegogo, which sold in 47 of the states in the United States, which means it's a widespread, broad appeal. It's not for everyone. It's for people who like to eat healthy and have engaging lifestyles. We're raising $1 million. This is something that is truly going to change the landscape of the kitchen. If it's not in your wheelhouse, get out of your wheelhouse, because this is something that is literally as simple as the Frisbee, but it is equal to the Frisbee in that it changes air patterns, and the air patterns are around your food. And we're throwing away 40% of our vegetables from the refrigerator. You're not going to throw your refrigerator away. You're going to have an additional thing, which is where you wash the vegetables, you put them on the counter in the Veggie Dome, you see them and you eat them. Your healthy lifestyle is boosted, and we are ready to accept investment. We're ready to go ahead in 2023 with our scaled production. Thank you.
Any questions?
Any chemicals required when you do that? You wash the vegetables, you trim them, and you put them in the Veggie Dome. It is all the biology of the plants that we're using.
Any other questions? Then we'll move on. Duncan, thank you. Up next is Larry.
Hello, thank you for putting this together, Mark. So your refrigerator starts making a wheezing noise and you go, uh-oh, what's that noise mean? So you get on Google and you search for funny fridge noises. You get lots of results, and you go through and you find some interesting pages, and you don't feel like bookmarking because it's too cumbersome for something you're only going to need once, right? So you just leave the tab open. So 10 tabs later, you learn that that noise is a compressor problem. And then you start to wonder, okay, how much is it going to cost to repair it? What's the typical cost? How can I do it myself? What repair companies do a good job? So 15 more tabs later, you still haven't solved the problem. But then you start wondering, well, should I replace it? What features do I need? What fridges are recommended? What can I afford? So what this comes down to is you started off with a simple search. You know, in search engines, Google, Yahoo, Bing, etc., they're focused on looking for one result, a phone number, a movie time, an address. It's a one and done. It's a very brief search. But what you've just done about your refrigerator is research, looking for many connected results. What's that noise? How much to repair? Should I replace it? Lots of different direction changes. And this kind of research is not one and done. It takes hours, days, or weeks. And every once in a while, you need to come back to it and pick up where you left off. Search engines don't help you with that. And besides, how many times have you wanted to revisit a page you saw earlier, but you didn't bookmark it or anything, and now you try to recreate the search so you can try to find it? I think we've all done that a few times. So we have iterative search. It's not a search engine, it's much more. It's a research tool that actually sits on top of a search engine. And it creates a search map, which is what you can see behind me as my background. And it's a visual map of your research history, including your search terms and results. And some other artifacts that we have is, instead of bookmarking, you just click a flag on a page that you find, and it keeps track of it and puts that flag on the map. And you can even add notes. The map shows which search terms included flagged or annotated results. And you can package this up and send it off to someone, and they can pick up where you left off, or you could pick up where you left off as well. You don't have to reinvent the searches or keep your tabs open for weeks on end. So search is simple, research is difficult. And so we created this to try to make research a lot easier to do. So right now we have about 1,500 people waiting for an MVP, and we also have 2,500 UX design students at UCSD's design lab who are ready to test it. We're in the process of finishing the MVP, and this is patented. We're looking for about $2 million to do visual design and marketing, and our go-to-market is freemium for students, and then we'll have ad revenue, and then we'll offer a premium service as well. And so my information will be in the chat as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Larry. Any quick questions?
Yeah, this is
Yes, I have a
truly fascinating, Larry. A quick question: are you thinking of doing this as like a Chrome extension, or is it going to be like an independent thing that you then have to download to the desktop?
Oh, good question. We'd like it to be an extension eventually, but right now the MVP is basically just a website.
Oh, okay, cool.
So interestingly, Larry, you might want to meet David, who's about to speak next. That's my guess, and at least one suggestion for tonight. We're going to move on, and I'm sorry there was another question I was hearing, but we have so many people pitching tonight, kind of need to move the show along. Up next is David.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. And yeah, Larry, it would be great to talk to you about this. My name is David Hirschfeld, and I'm founder of Techies, a software development company. I've been developing a software for startups for the last 17 years, actually before that, before I started my company, because I've had a couple of my own startups prior to that. The problem with software startups is most of them fail. Most of them fail for the same reason. Some are really successful, but it's about 1 in 20. And the reason for that is that they wait way too long to prove product market fit. They wait way too long to try to sell their product and generate revenue to see that the product market actually wants to pay for their product. So I developed a methodology called Launch First. The Launch First generates revenue to prove product market fit before we start developing the software. We do this in just a matter of months. I'm looking for a business partner, CRO type person to help me to bring this to the startup world, to venture studios, and to the enterprise for innovation centers. So that's it.
Perfect. Meet David in the chat. I'm actually gonna not ask for questions following the pitches because we have 27 people that still want to pitch, and I would like to try and move the show along quickly. So I apologize to those of you who are about to start pitching. You're gonna have to meet everybody in the chat just so we can fit everybody in. Up next is Alex.
Hello, friends. My name is Alex Schaffhausen, and I'm the founder and CEO of Gravy. So the problem we set out to solve is that there's no easy way to share music with friends, right? If I want to send you my favorite song from Spotify, for example, I have to leave Spotify, go to my iMessage, WhatsApp, or social media network and post a song. So I have to leave one app and go to the other, which means there's a lot of friction. And anytime there's a lot of friction, things simply just do not happen in the tech world. So at Gravy, we built our own fully functional social music service where you can share, consume music, and have a chat with your best friends. So we are raising a $3 million seed round. We are about halfway committed, and we have a very large waitlist of 100,000 people. And we are going to launch Q1 of next year. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
It sounds great, Alex. Meet Alex in the chat. Up next is Claire.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm Claire Marie. My company is ArcNura. It's a seed stage prop tech company. I have a background in architecture with 15 years in construction. The product is the BQI, or Building Quality Index. Think of it like a credit rating for commercial real estate. We have a patent, we have an MVP, and the business model is a three-sided marketplace. Our go-to-market includes incentives to building owners and selling to the financial industry. We're currently raising 1.6 million, and we're incorporated in Delaware. And our competitive advantage is bundling general construction with green improvements to provide a profitable pathway to net zero. Thank you.
Great. Claire, if you reach out to me, I have another architect that's doing something amazing in Canada that I'd love to just introduce to you to see if there might be some magic there or not. Up next is Ter.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for having me back. Great time always. Tara Lynch, founder and CEO of Oath Health. We are a Web3 health tech startup building a decentralized healthcare ecosystem using blockchain protocol. The reason we're doing this is twofold. Firstly, too many people are uninsured with our healthcare system and get ineffective healthcare. 40 million per people per year, in the U.S. are uninsured, creating about a $40 trillion hit to the U.S. healthcare system, whether it's to the provider, to the hospital, or to the taxpayer directly. Second fold, and probably more importantly, is I'm not sure if you're aware, but the doctor's profession has the highest rate of suicide in the U.S. annually. The reason they're doing this, and they also have a huge dropout rate. The reason they're either dropping dead or dropping out is because they have lost control over their ability to be a doctor. The reason is they're working for insurance companies, they're working for employers, or insurance companies want them to, spend less, and employers want them to move faster, providing inadequate care and making them unhappy. We have created an end-to-end SaaS solution, again, using blockchain protocol.
Here, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm not sure if that's your background or I need to mute everybody.
Next time. It might be loud here, so I'll let you go.
Sounds like you're having fun at a gym or somewhere, but we're going to move on. Thank you, Tara. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Up next is Lydia. I so apologize. Please tell us your real name. You're on mute.
Apologies for that. It's Lydia. It's way simpler than it
I'm sorry, I misread that.
No problem. So my name is Lydia Kričković. I'm in Lisbon, Portugal, and I'm a founder and CEO of Empowerly. Small companies with up to, let's say, 550 employees rarely have enough HR resources, and it's usually the CEO that is overwhelmed with HR tasks and often gets burnout. Without quality insights from HR, companies fail to address problems. They struggle to keep people engaged, and they lose key team members. The cost of it, actually, it's $1 trillion a year. This is how much is lost for small businesses in US only due to voluntary staff turnover, and 52% of that is preventable. What Empowerly is an all-in-one place HR software solution empowered with AI that supports small business leaders in building a culture of performance and well-being for all. Our solution is AI HR assistant that supports automating tasks such as performance review writing with just a few inputs, to developing career development plans, insights, recommendations that foster performance, drive data decision making, and promote well-being for everyone in the team. We are a 2 women founding team. Both of us wear multiple hats. Myself, I have 18 plus years of CEO and marketing leader experience. I've developed outstanding teams, launched 2 products that end their year with 320K in monthly recurring revenue. Snezhana, my partner, she brings project management experience in developing multiple projects for startups and a development outsourcing company. So as for the market we are addressing, even though it's a very busy market, we are lonely in a 3-dimensional competition quadrant, where the dimension would be the use of AI, 360, and market segmentation orientation. Our approach and solution are unique. So our MVP is ready to sell. We are just finishing payment processing and integration, and we are there. We have already generated a lot of interest and have registered leads. We are currently raising pre-seed investment, 500K to 750, and our goals are to achieve product market fit, acquire initial 50 clients, and optimize our LTVs and CPA ratio before moving on to next investment round. So thank you, everyone. I will be dropping my contact in the chat.
Perfect, and thanks for joining us from long distance. Appreciate it. Up next is Cody.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Thank you for having me. I am with my company named ISPA Industries, and we are basically an advanced technology research and development firm that is currently working on bringing multiple projects to the marketplace, one of which being a home heating system that completely eradicates the need for natural gas in terms of fuel sources or anything like that. And it also is capable of cutting the electrical requirement down by 75% or more compared to standard heating strips that you see in apartments and whatnot, things like that. On top of that, another system that we are working on bringing to the market is called the apps. And this system is designed to effectively revolutionize the entire agricultural industry. Some of the benefits that come with this system are the complete and total eradication of any need for a farmer to have to order any form of fertilizer, as it's created completely in-house. It also eradicates the need for any kind of pesticide, herbicides, or fungicides at all. It also allows for year-round growing, as well as many other benefits. Honestly, the system also is designed to almost be a ecological restoration hub wherever the structure is built. It will literally rejuvenate the environment around it. It can be used to purify the water systems for any local environments, as well as oh, I'm sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. But if you would like to know any more information about that or any of the other projects that we are working on, I would be happy to answer any of your questions. I'll drop my LinkedIn link right there in the chat here for anybody who'd like to connect, and feel free to come to me with any questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Cody. I personally would like to see your deck and see more. Up next is Daniel.
Hi.
Daniel, you're up.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm Daniel Clark, happy to be here, inventor of a 3D solar module. So we've found a way to build a solar panel with a 3D structure.
We're not seeing you, by the way, Daniel. We're not seeing you. We hear you, but we don't see you. If you want to show us, yeah, if you want to show us what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah. So we make this 3D solar module, and it has a 3D structure, and so we're able to increase the surface area, and we were able to prove 2 times the power when you compare that to a flat module. So what we did is we took the advice of some other folks, because our cost to manufacture was about $4 per watt, and we were able to reduce that cost through advanced 3D printing, where we 3D print microstructured glass that's as thin as a sheet of paper, and that ends up reducing our cost down to about less than natural gas extraction. So in a nutshell, we're looking for about $2 million based off a SAFE agreement, and we'd be happy to chat with anyone that has any questions, and that $2 million can be split between multiple different investors. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Daniel. Meet him in the chat. Up next is Bernard.
Hey, thank you, Mark. My name is Bernard. I'm the founder and CEO of Enviasoft. We are providing answer for identity theft, hacking, and data breach, which is our common problem nowadays in the digital world. Our answer is the contactless hand biometric. We have a patented solution of reading the vein pattern of the entire hand. We created a secure authentication platform for this, to connect your hand to a physical access control or digital login. The objective is to replace your password with your hand in a contactless fashion, especially in this post-pandemic time. We are raising $2 million for our seed round with purpose of manufacturing our MVP and expand our software. We are looking for partners, and we are open for sub-licensing our patent, and we are looking for partners. In fact, we have lineup of manufacturing partners just waiting for the fund of our seed capital raise. So any interest about securing identity or this new biometric solution, please drop your information, and I have also sent my link in. Thank you.
Thanks, Bernard. Up next is Bindu.
Hi, so 6 in 10 American adults have one chronic disease, and 4 in 10 will have at least 2 chronic diseases. Chronic diseases are also rising all over the world. And we in the United States spend around 90% of our healthcare costs. That's around $3.5 trillion managing chronic diseases. Now, additionally, we also have systemic health inequality, right? And that affects the low-income, underserved population. And that actually costs us a lot more money, $320 billion per year. Now, there is enormous amount of scientific evidence that we can save about $3.3 billion a year if just 5% of us participate in one small prevention step. But we don't do it, right? But there's also another problem. There are 2 points in our healthcare system. The upstream one, where all the prevention people say, and there's a downstream one where people wait for people to get sick, and then you're down here waiting with your pills and medical devices, and you're like, okay, here you go. Now this is your cure. And people like that for their own reasons and manage your disease, cure your disease. But once you get a chronic disease, you are a patient for life. But that is really not sustainable anymore. My name is Bindu Kalesan, and I spent around 23 years as a clinical epidemiologist and a public health researcher. So I was part of this system. So I'm an insider. And regardless of all these innovations, what we've seen is that this is, as I said earlier, not sustainable. And our chronic diseases are rising, and none of what we've done is actually working. In fact, Exhibit A, rising obesity. A few years ago, it was 33%, but now it's 42%. False prevention. We've written so many papers, but rising. Everything is going crazy. And our doctors are burnout, our clinicians, nurses want to quit. But let's understand why this is happening. 1, we do not incentivize prevention. 2, we do not consider what people want. 3, behavioral changes need constant engagement without being annoying. So Turi Health is a digital chronic disease prevention platform, and we try to reduce disparities in underserved adults. So we are a group of scientists, doctors, and we want to make people healthy and stay healthy by treating health as truly multidimensional, not like cut it up and say, hey, here you go, one bandage here, one bandage there. We don't want to do that. And what we do is we assess disease risk, identify modifiable risk factors, because chronic diseases, underlying risk factors are kind of the same, and we can really treat them and implement customized prevention protocols guided by humanoid AI using inquiry-based cognitive behavioral learning principles. So we're not really talking at people. So we take into account their social determinants of health, cultures, their food and family, because, Americans, and sorry for saying this, but white folks really are only 5% of the population. The rest of the population are all treated by evidence and scientific literature based on 5% of the population. So people like me, and we're all treated by evidence gleaned from population which really are not like us. So that needs to be changed, which means we need to get information from people of different color, different cultures and all that. So we think that to get that information, we need to kind of build some trust, and we need to get some more data from that population. So we think that we need to engage with those people, that community connection should be made. And we also need to be able to, to say, okay, some of the people are poor. People don't have money. For us, for a lot of us, it's always a hustle. So why not provide people the money? You need to incentivize people. And what is better incentivized than just giving people money? Let people get some money for health information and say, hey, we're going to help you to make your health better. And we're going to help you also get some money, which means, we're going to help you develop wealth. So we collaborate with a really super cool fintech partner, and we use blockchain, AI, ML technology, deep learning, and some virtual reality for some experiential learning. And our program can actually reduce 20% of the healthcare costs per person per year if implemented correctly. So we are pre-seed and pre-revenue, and our MVP is almost ready, and we will be testing soon. And we will be presenting to the mayor's office of the world's most diverse city soon. And we are looking for 1.25 million for 10% equity. I don't know who are the brave souls here who wants to help us create the preventive future together. So thanks for listening, and please feel free to reach out to me directly.
Thank you. Up next is Dave.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me all right?
Yes.
I'm not seeing myself. My name is Dave Chura. I'm the founder and CEO of Enclave. We're a security company in the crypto and NFT space. I've been around a while. I've been CTO at a number of startups with an IPO acquisition, and I've also been a director and fellow at a large company, but now I'm head over heels into the crypto space because wallets today are really awful, and we've developed the world's first hybrid crypto wallet, which brings the convenience of just software with the security of a hardware device. It's a wallet like no other on the market. It also helps prevent fraud in NFTs, makes it possible for anyone to buy and sell tokenized assets like NFTs on any website with ease and security of hardware. And just a note, if you've been watching crypto, you know that the company called FTX had a huge meltdown last week. And I could say that anyone who had their assets in our wallet would not have lost a single cent, because we are very big on self-custody of assets. We're a truly decentralized solution, a wallet like anything else, like nothing else. And we have a gaming company as a partnership with us. So we're ready to start launching with them. Once we get to our product to production, we're seeking $1 million to get to production in the first half of next year. Sales shortly thereafter, profitability by the end of the year. If you're a crypto lover still, as I said, I'm head over heels. We've got something very unusual and getting a lot of interest. Unfortunately, soft commitments, but we're looking for the first hard commitment out of this group.
Thank you, Dave. Meet him in the chat. Up next is Jeff.
You hear me okay?
Yes.
Let me think about.
We hear, but don't.
Okay, sorry, get my video on. Okay. So Mark, thanks for this event. This has been great. So my name is Jeff Cohen. I'm the CEO and founder of My Life ID. We are solving the problem of data accessibility. And we just finished a 4-deal sprint at Health 2022, which was here in Las Vegas. And I'm proud to say we have requests for 62 contracts that we have to deliver in the next 10 days. We were recognized as being a great product for health equity, meaning that our product can help solve some of the health issues for people who live in rural areas that don't have immediate access to hospitals or clinics. We also have a number of health companies that want to white label our product because it can solve them. In one case, a person indicated it will probably save them $300,000 a year on management and data accessibility infrastructure. But what we do is we aggregate everybody's health, medical, mental, dental, physical, nutritional, and other information along with all lab tests into a single record that you can take with you anywhere in the world in multiple languages and use even if there is no internet connection. And this is important because if you live in New England, you know that when the wind blows, you lose your internet. If you're in the Jacob Javits Center, you know you don't get access, you don't always have access to a cell phone. So that's what we're doing. We are seeking $2 million. We have monthly recurring revenue. We have lots of contracts that we're working on. I don't want to take up too much time, but please contact us, learn how well we did at the show. It was incredible recognition, and just happy to be here and say hello.
Congrats on the recognition at that event. I know the people who put it on. We have to move on. Up next, oh my God, I'm gonna have trouble with your name. How about VJ, and the rest you'll have to tell us. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark, for having me here. So I am Vijay Raghavan from South India. So I'm just at a proof of concept stage. So I'm just building a disruptive business model ecosystem in which for the I mean, I'm building a disruptive business model ecosystem, which directly cooperative to the Google. So as you know, no one has said disruptive to the Google space right now. So I'm just disrupting the Google space by providing unique vertical products, and then I'm creating a web browser and integrating the vertical space into that. So what makes us unique is that I am making a unique vertical products in each top grossing industries such as gaming and metaverse and food tech and construction industry. So what this is, what I like to know to everyone is that, so you know Google represents 81% of the revenue is generated out of Google advertising, right? So the main thing is that Google has over a 3.3 billion user base. So that represents Chrome browser, which represents a global market share of 67%. So so the other browsers have not yet competed with Google because Google's a leading global market share. So right now there are other existing web browsers that are different from the Google. So Google Chrome, such as Brave browser, Vivaldi, and DuckDuckGo. So which are very unique in when comparing to the Google, right? So because they provide ad blockers or privacy like that. So I want to just build in a product which based on the user-centric services, such as, so what does a user engage in course of the day-to-day activities, like food, fun, games, dating, or work or business, and like home renovation services. So I'm just building a unique in each category as a vertical one. So I'm just integrating into the web browser. I'm not just creating another web browser because it will be obvious, right? So I'm building a non-obvious one. So like you say, like someone meet some strangers out of the workplace or in public places, they don't know how to meet. So I'm just building a platform like that. So in each vertical one, so I'm just using subscription-based revenue, so and pay-per-use model. So just in the proof of concept stage, I'm looking for funding for about $250K to $500K US dollars. So that's just it. So I just drop an email.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, and you'll meet everybody in the chat. All right, up next is Rajiv.
Thank you, Mark. Great event as always. Small shout out. If you haven't met Mark yet, you totally should jump on his calendar. He is absolutely a treasure to talk to and is super, super helpful. Wealth of information. That being said, I recently gave a speech at Columbia University called "It's Not Vanity, It's Clarity." I was talking about Googling yourself. I know that a while ago, it was considered vain to Google yourself to see am I out there? How many times do I appear on Google, etc. Nowadays, you must do that, because if you don't, other people are doing that about you in any case. Chances are that might be something that's out there connected to you that is showing up on Google and you don't even know about it. This is a true story. This actually happened to a client I was working with. She was an executive in transition, about to accept a dream offer from her dream company, high six-figure offer. And as she was about to go in and accept the offer, the executive recruiter tells them, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but the company is going in a different direction." Now, we all know what that means. It's something that we never, ever want to hear in our life. And he also said, "Well, the reason about this is the company thinks you're a criminal." She was like, "What? Me? Criminal? What are you talking about?" She Googled herself, and lo and behold, what she saw online shocked her. Right on the top of her Google was a doppelganger who looked like her. They were both blonde, same first name, different last name, and that person had a criminal background. Even though this was a case of mistaken identity, the company got skittish and backed off. In a panic, she said, what am I going to do? And the executive recruiter recommended that she reach out to us, R-Square Media, and we helped her out by getting that link deleted. And because we were able to get it deleted that fast, which was a lot faster than even we thought we could get it deleted, the executive recruiter was able to reverse the company's decision. Now, this is a true story about where something that was seemingly benign did a lot of damage, real damage, to this person, this executive in transition. My message to all of you is please Google yourself, because if you don't, guess what? Your prospects and your potential clients and potential partners are doing that in any case. And if you don't know what's connected to you, you are doing yourself and your company a big disservice. Our main superpower, or what we're famous for, is getting stuff deleted from Google. We can delete bad press, scandal, bad reviews, and private information from Google, social, and the internet. And I think this is something that everyone needs, especially since there's a lot of junk floating around, and all of that is causing a lot of confusion. I'll leave my information in the chat and would love to meet with those who don't already know me. Thanks again for the opportunity, Mark.
Great. Thanks for the pitch. Up next is Joseph.
Hi, everyone. I'm a Web3 investor and founder for the past 6 years. I was also the founder of Uber and Airbnb for college tours back in 2015. And now I run a digital asset hedge fund. And I'm also the co-founder of an NFT infrastructure technology business that's essentially WordPress for NFTs. And now over the past 6 months, I've been really focused on the venture ecosystem within Web3. So I've been building a community that I'm launching into a DAO with over 150 people who are interested in Web3, in learning about Web3, learning about angel investing in syndicates and how that works. So it's not an open community, but it's more of a curated community that will have access to a Slack that will be sharing deal flow in and outside of Web3, but mostly focused on my investment thesis, which is around the enterprise adoption of digital assets. So if you're interested in learning about angel investing and how to get started and really just seeing high quality deal flow and actually earning carried interest from it, you can join our group. We're essentially, what we want to do is decentralize and tokenize the entire investment syndicate process from end to end. We're tokenizing all of the SPVs as NFTs so that people can earn carried interest by referring investors to the community and actually earn upside on that via an NFT that's backed by a real asset, which is a special purpose vehicle. So if you're interested in learning more about what I'm doing, I'll just drop my my website and LinkedIn in the chat. Thanks, everyone.
Right. Thanks. Moving on. Next is Karen.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging in here. Thanks, Mark, for this. This is a great opportunity for us founders to practice our pitches. Are you tired of spending your whole paycheck on organic and eco-friendly products? Well, so were we. Hi, I'm Karen Frame, repeat founder and CEO of Makina. We help you discover, find, and earn cash and rewards on healthy and sustainable products anywhere you like to shop, even online. All you have to do is download Makina from the App Store or Google Play, select the products that match either your dietary needs or lifestyle preferences, scan the barcode, and submit the receipt. In exchange, brands get valuable first-party data about their consumers, who's buying their products, where they're buying them, and what else is in their cart, becoming more efficient and effective with their marketing dollar. In short, we're Rakuten meets Nielsen meets Whole Foods Market. We're generating early revenue, have 115,000 active users, 3,500 products, and have collected 200,000 receipts, from 40,000 retailers. And our users are super sticky. We also have a deal with Whole Foods Magazine, and through that relationship are beginning to license our data to retailers like Natural Grocers and Sprouts Farmers Markets. Now we're ready to scale. We have a halo win in front of us, a data set you can't get anywhere else that even allows retailers and multinationals to take a deeper look at their operations. We built our platform and more on our pre-seed raise of 600,000. So now we're raising a seed round of 2 million and are looking for a board member who will also make a lead investment in Makina. So we'd love for you to join us as we help people lead healthier lives on a cleaner planet. I'm going to put my information in the chat. And we've soft circled about $1 million, so we're ready to close out the rest. Thanks.
Sorry about that. I was on mute myself. Thank you, Karen. That was great. Up next is Dickens.
Hello, Mark.
I can hear you. Can't see you yet.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to maybe share the video. But just a quick recap, maybe. My apologies for that. Yeah. So I'm Dickens Odera from Kenya. I've been here, I think, some time back. So I'm the CEO and founder at JiraPay, where we are building a decentralized Web3 protocol for secure and seamless crypto payments. So we are currently raising a pre-seed of 1.5 M, but also we are at the process of running initial coin offering through a pre-sale. So please feel free to reach out. I've shared the details on the chats that is there. So I'm from Nairobi, Kenya.
Perfect. Thanks for calling in from Kenya. Too bad we aren't able to see you though. Maybe next time we will, but we're going to move on. Next up is Dan.
Hello, everybody. After 45 years in the mechanical air conditioning industry and mechanical engineering realm, I decided to retire and do something that I love. It's my passion. My name is Dan Marsh. I'm the founder and chief thinker of Digital Magnetics in San Antonio, Texas, right here in the United States. We are innovators of new small wind turbine technology and are currently patent pending. Our website is digitalmagnetics.com. Instagram is Digital Magnetics, and I am at Dan@Digital Magnetics. Our new generator technology self-regulates the output power, no matter how fast the wind blows. At least that's our goal. So far, we've tested it up to 60 miles an hour with shaft speeds of 3,000 RPMs in the lab. And we did this at an internationally renowned energy and propulsion lab here in San Antonio. So that was super exciting to find out all the crazy stuff in my head actually works. Again, we are located here in San Antonio, and our niche market is going to be probably between 500 watts and 10,000 watts. And this technology is perfect for distributed energy plans and microgrids. And what sets us apart, besides being able to work in all kinds of winds, is our technology is quieter than anything else that we've found. There's virtually no vibration, and it only delivers the power that's needed or actually requested. This is going to eliminate a lot of really expensive controls that are currently needed for small wind turbines and the entire industry of small wind turbines. And we are looking to do a crowdfunding campaign. I'm looking to talk to investors. This is all, the financial part is all brand new to me because I am a designer and builder. So I look forward to hearing from venture capitalists and anybody that can help me get this thing to market. We are a startup company. Some people call me a pre-startup. So that's it. And I look forward to any communication anybody wants to send me.
I have multiple ideas for you, Dan. I'm actually in the energy business, so I'd like to see more information about your technology. We're going to move on. Up next is Melania. I did that wrong, I'm sure. Melanie, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Something in front.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Hi, everyone. I'm Melanie. Thank you so much for inviting everyone together here today, Mark. I'm super excited to be here. It's my first event with you all, and I'm the founder of Outside Meditation. We create pop-up wellness immersive experiences based on mindfulness. So we all know that mental health is just as important as physical health, but in actuality, 1 in 5 adult Americans experience a mental illness or mental health challenge in a given year. That's over 50 million Americans. I myself am in recovery from long-term anxiety and trauma and panic attacks. So I'm super happy to be able to share what I've learned along my own personal wellness journey. And I wake up every single day just working on myself and working on this business to bring what I've learned to everyone else. So what we do at Outside Meditation is create mindfulness experiences where people who come to our experiences can attend and experience improved mental well-being and awareness, build community through in-person connection, connect with the environment and foster sustainability, and ultimately make money and share their story by becoming a certified OM guide. So all of our experiences are nature-based. We have unique programming that is developed by myself, such as guided group meditation, all in different locations and out in nature, aqua meditation, forest, bathing, adventure meditation, walking meditation, and so much more. We also do pop-up mindfulness events that are large scale, immersive, experiential, and really taking on this scarcity trend of pop-ups and this limited time experience. So we're trying to really take ownership of being the leader in mindfulness pop-ups, realizing that so many people are going to pop-ups and these short-term experiences that you see like the Van Gogh exhibit, these pop-up museums and these pop-up yoga events. We're really trying to own that for mindfulness and meditation. And we really are going after creating these experiential consumer events, but also going on the B2B side, creating corporate wellness programming, working at bringing our different sessions to resort guests, gyms, health clubs, recovery centers, country clubs, and we're really anywhere where mindfulness does not exist. So really to wrap up, we're differentiated in a really growing popular wellness market, but really have a secret sauce to stand out. We have initial brand and community social capital, through our social media. We have really our low physical asset capital requirements because we don't have a brick and mortar location, but we're really highlighting this location surprise and delight in different locations. Where I should have mentioned, we're based in Phoenix right now as a pilot market, but looking to expand from there. And we really have a detailed plan to scale and bring this to roll out to as many markets in the US as we can. So really happy to be here today. I will drop my information in the chat, and always looking for feedback. We're looking for a long-term strategic advisor and just any ideas people are willing to shout out. So thank you.
Thank you for the pitch. Up next is Joseph.
Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Joe Bayene. I'm a molecular biologist and currently I'm a postdoctoral fellow at Harvard Medical School, where I'm helping build the first research community focused on Lyme disease at Harvard. Lyme disease is the most common vector-borne disease in the US, with over 500,000 cases per year. And as ticks begin to expand their geographic localities, the diseases they give to humans are only increasing. So during my time at the medical school, I've come up with my own idea to build a direct-to-consumer multiplex diagnostic that rapidly detects exposure in Lyme disease. And we're going to accomplish this by leveraging nanotechnology that detects Lyme disease proteins that are left on skin. And if you have Lyme disease, at the area of the tick bite will glow. And I've called this the limelight. So after we diagnose and detect, we will then create a prophylactic that will help prevent tick-borne diseases altogether. So I've currently completed an accelerator out of the MIT Engine, and I've recruited leading experts in tick biology to conduct proof of concept studies. I'm looking for around 300K to conduct these proof of concept studies that will galvanize the commercialization process. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, Joe. Up next is Igor.
Hello to everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So I'm founder of Mont Metaverse, which is Web3 open world RPG multiplayer with NFT assets and crypto economy. So yeah, right now we actually finished our MVP version of the game, of the Metaverse, and we're pretty much on pre-seed stage right now, looking to raise 600,000. And yeah, open to collaborate and looking for partners. So I basically gonna drop all information about me and also our YouTube video presentation to the chat. And yeah, if just connect to me.
Thank you. All right, up next is Michael.
Hi, Michael Kelly from Investment Science. I'm the founder of it since 2009, college professor of artificial intelligence at Baruch, banking technology executive. What we developed here is a product that it's a marketplace to find investment opportunities, low correlated returns, anonymous trading, and you keep custody of assets. After all the crypto scandals and all the regulation going through, people just want to remove all the messiness of financial services and working in the industry. I've seen the good and the bad of people trading against you. Everything's going on with Robinhood, them trading against you. Custody should be mandatory across anything, whether it's crypto, whether it's just old school banking, and we give that to you. And we have all these data science models of deep learning we developed over a decade. MVP product up and running, 1 year live trading up close to 45%, about 100K worth of investors, not on operating capital side, more on like just AUM of just basic customers. And today we pay most of our bills through consulting. So we consult for banks and we want to pivot over into that investment platform, trying to raise about 10 million for 10% equity or debt, and some other things we could do down the road with future plans, like issuing bonds for startups at 85% of net income or launching ETFs for them. So I'm very well connected on Wall Street. And if we have that investment, I could quickly do a 200 million raise after 6 months of our audits, because our software also does real-time audits of returns. So we remove all the noise with hedge funds, emailing checks to people, all this crypto nonsense going on. And our platform, you could still buy crypto if you wanted it. So that's it. If you want in, great. And if you don't, best of luck too.
Thank you, Michael. Okay, up next is Edward.
Can anybody hear?
Yes.
Oh, I've been pushing too many buttons and I lost the video, but my name is Edward Charlson. I am founder and consulting winemaker for Angel Share Wine Cellars, and we specialize in handcrafting small lot CBD and cannabis wines whose grapes are sourced from some of the best vineyards in Oregon and Washington. I got my start in the wine industry in 1978. So this dream of mine has been over 44 years in the making. You could reach me on LinkedIn, or if you see my link here, you could reach me there. We're looking for up to $5 million in equity and would consider a joint venture. I will leave it at that.
Thank you, Edward. Up
You're
next
welcome.
is Diego.
Hello, everyone. My name is Diego Balmaceda. I'm co-founder of ICTAM. So people like to buy art in the form of sculptures, but there is not a good way to do this. We believe in ICTAM that buying sculptures should be fun, simple, and transparent, and without costing an arm and a leg. The problem we are solving is simple. Sculptures are overpriced. Only artists produce them, and there are many intermediaries in the process. At ICTAM, we connect people with their spaces through high-quality sculptures at a fraction of a cost. By removing the artist's excessive markup and simplifying the business model, we can offer considerably lower prices. We are disrupting the production of the design pieces from the manufacturing floor to your door, with a new yet proven business model for the home decor multi-billion-dollar industry. Why us? Well, for the first time, home decoration is being rated as a top priority in the US. We can see this impact in companies like Home Depot, breaking record sales this year. We're the first company focusing on producing high-quality sculptures. Before us, only artists were offering these types of products. And we have a competitive cost of labor and unique geographic location due to supply chain disruptions and increasing energy prices around the world. We are uniquely positioned to satisfy the demand in North America. We have grown consistently each quarter since our pre-seed series last year. We raised over $330,000 from a venture capital fund and an angel investor. And we're expecting to close this year with over $400,000 in sales. Just in the last month, we sold almost $50,000. We have delivered over 300 pieces to over 30 cities within the US and Mexico. And as a next step, we are looking to raise over $600,000 and continue our expansion in the US and Mexico. So if you're interested, I will leave my information in the chat and happy to connect with you.
Okay, great. I'm curious to see what they look like. All right, up next is Elisa.
Hi, thank you so very much. So my big pitch is in regards to plastic number 5. Here on the West Coast, plastic number 5 is unable to be reduced, so it all goes into our landfills. That's everything from cottage cheese cups, prescription bottles, and most caps on sodas. So my pitch is for a $5 million investment, looking for a sole investor for 40%. And what it is going to be used for is for our neighborhood refill and reduction stations. This neighborhood refill and reduction station shows most of the common use items for refills, so people can bring in their own containers or switch it out for an environmentally safe container. And that will be including soaps of all kinds, body, clothes, and dishes, also cleaners. And then for the 3D, we would 3D printing, we would utilize the plastic number 5. So everybody would actually be able to bring it in, and we would be able to reduce it and create different items for the plastic number 5. Plastic number 5 is polypropylene, and it is safe for reuse. It's hard and it's heat resistant. So there's many things that we can make, not only for personal, let's say somebody wants to come in and need a grommet for something, but we also can manufacture for other businesses. It's my quick elevator pitch. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Up next is Jessica.
Can I just make a statement? Alyssa, why don't you go to the Gates Foundation? I think they would support a project like that.
That's not a bad suggestion, but send it in the chat. Okay, up next is Jessica.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Hi, I'm Jessie Cook, the CEO and co-founder of Hip Chefs. Cooking and selling meals to your neighbors is an industry that's been rapidly growing in the global economy. Entrepreneurs starting meal prep companies have exploded in the US, with social media sites like Instagram and Nextdoor providing a marketing platform for cooks to launch their home-cooked meal business. The US heat and eat meal prep market grew from $1.8 billion in 2017 to $4.5 billion in 2022. As a working mom, I often order home-cooked meals from local cooks, and I had one turn me away because she was at capacity. When I asked why, I discovered these are back-of-the-envelope businesses that spend 2 to 3 days per week on administrative tasks, and there's no good software on the market to help them scale. With my co-founder, we have created Hip Chefs, a workflow management software that will launch scalable businesses that bring in home-cooked meals to the community. Our business-in-a-box platform provides a customizable e-commerce site and automates day-to-day operations, from posting menus to their website, creating shopping lists, scaling recipes, and providing delivery reports. Our users spend 60% less time on administrative tasks, which allows them to scale their business while also saving them money. My co-founder spent 17 years as a successful entrepreneur and is the founder and CEO of a top-rated chain of recreational cooking schools. We have a competitive advantage and significant running start in this industry with our deep domain expertise. We like to say we're built by cooks for cooks. We are pre-revenue and seeking $500,000 in pre-seed capital. This round will give us 1 year of runway and provide the infrastructure to publicly launch our MVP, which is currently in beta testing and ready to go live. We hope you'll be a part of this amazing company as we whisk up success. Thank you, and I'll put my information in the chat for you.
I like your domain, hipchefs.com. Good one.
Thank you.
All right, Idas is up next and our last of the evening. Or did we lose her?
No, I'm here. Sorry,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
have video.
with some, I have to restart some updates, but I do have voice, so you can hear me. Nice to see you, Mark. Everybody, I'm Adis with Curiva. We're working on Dia Patch. We're developing a diagnostics wearable patch for detecting cervical cancer and then other women's health cancers, of course, ovarian, endometrial, breast, oncology, and beyond. We're still early. Right now, my ask for tonight is that I need a sort of an emergency philanthropic, any level of 10K so that we can secure our own lab and office space in order to receive a grant in the next year from the NIH or the NCI. Happy to connect with other folks, and I'm going to leave my LinkedIn info both for myself and our startup. We're crowdfunding on RedCrow, so if you don't invest largely, but you invest in smaller checks, I am welcoming those as well. So thank you so much, and I hope to connect with everybody on here online.
Fantastic. Okay, so this was a really interesting learning experience for me. Hosting this event, we tried to invite a whole bunch of people to the event that hadn't been here before. We broke records in terms of audience showing up. I do apologize that we didn't really have much of a exchange of investor questions between all those that wanted to pitch tonight. This was also the largest number of people that signed up to pitch all at the same time. I think we ended up with 46 or 47. You know, it's hard to do with these 2-minute little slots, but you all did fantastic. I just want to say thank you all for being part of the Venture Starters community experience. Those of you that are in the life science industry, please join us on December 3rd for our life science event. We're looking forward to having our biggest audience that we've ever had attend for the life science event. I'm going to do some of the same things that we did in this last few days to build our audience and our community as quick as we can. I personally believe the larger we get, the better, because we're literally looking for 1 in 100. Those of you who know me know my philosophy about the 1 in 100. You're looking for one person that's the needle in the haystack, who personally knows the person you need with one warm introduction can get you funded or get you the customer you need, or maybe they know the technology or the skills that you need. It's really just finding those needles in the haystack. Tonight we had way over an average of 100 per, every minute of the event. We kind of lost a few people at the end, but, I'm guessing that when I look at the stats for tonight, we will have averaged about 125 to 135 that were in the room, which is amazing to me. I'm looking forward to the event growing bigger and bigger. Hopefully we'll see, numbers in the 200s and 300s next year. I'm open to all of your suggestions as we go forward and do this. I'm also considering having some social gathering type of events where instead of it all being pitches, we can get to know other people in the room. I'm going to try and coax a few of our investors that are afraid to put their camera on for fear everybody pounces on them because they're the investors. But I'm hoping to get a few of them to at least start to show who they are. Maybe I can tease them out in some future events, so that you can see that we really do have some real investors. Yes.
Can you possibly put a link in to find you again? I just got lucky being here tonight. Can you put a link in the chat, please?
Yes, in the chat. The best way to always know us is venturestarters.com. If you just can put that into, save that website address on your computer, venturestarters.com. That's where we post all of the events. That's where everybody registers. We really are a LinkedIn community. We started this venture basically promoting it on LinkedIn, but now it's becoming bigger than just LinkedIn, and word of mouth is helping us. And we've had about, I don't have the exact number, but I think we've had about 400 founders who have pitched at our event so far since we started this. So this is the last event for the month of November. We are going to do 4 events in December. We're going to have a holiday party on December 21st. So come and be more lively for that one. Wear your silly hats and holiday gala and decorate a little bit so we can feel the holidays. And then 2023, I have very big ideas and plans for this community. And, you know, right now we're free to pitch, free to attend. And I hope we can continue to do that. We've had some people reach out that would like to sponsor the events. So you might see a little bit of that because this event does cost me a bunch of money to put on. I've been funding the whole thing for the benefit of all of you. And it'll be nice if we maybe have some sponsors get involved. So it'll help cover some of the community costs that we've incurred. But I love that you all keep showing up. Thank you very much. My applauses to all of you for hanging in there. Amazing how many people are part of this experience and how many people have been attracted to what we're doing. And I don't know if anybody would like to just make, we have 5 more minutes left in the event. If anybody wants to make very, very short statements, this is your opportunity.
Which is our look here.
Mark, I think you mentioned like a while ago that you're looking for volunteers and stuff, because I would totally love to volunteer to help you out because I believe in your mission. So can you like maybe speak to that?
I will just briefly, you know, everybody is allowed by LinkedIn to invite 1,000 of their first connections to attend any event that they actually are also attending. It's a way of LinkedIn sort of creating momentum for the events that are listed. We list our events on a LinkedIn page that's called Venture Starters Community. And if you go to that page, you'll be able to at least see all of our events. If you would like to first click to attend, and then that button that said attend switches to invite immediately after you click it. And then if you click that as an invite, you get to see all of your first connections on your screen, and you can literally add 1,000 people to invite. The one thing I will say is that the first time you click the button to invite people and you get an error message, don't be discouraged, just click it again, because for some reason LinkedIn, it doesn't move as quickly as you may be able to click. So if you are able to invite people who are first connections to our upcoming events, let me know who you are, because I want to let everybody in our community know that you were a co-sponsor of one of the upcoming events. It'd be very, very helpful. Thank you for asking the question. I'm trying to build the community, but it helps if all of you help us build it as well. I did hear Luke, who is a co-founder of this event, and I would, Luke, do you want to say something?
Yes, I want to say something that it was quite a journey. It was really good experience even for me. And I've learned also a lot from so many great pitches. And I'm just happy to be here. And thank you, Mark, for your trust. Thank you very much. And for the community.
Anybody else have any thoughts, or would you like, or just introduce yourself? If some of you who aren't founders, this is your chance to say a couple of words.
Hi, Mark.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Amarjeet, and I would like to thank you for the hosting such event. It is a one kind of unique event where the people from the different locations, different mindset, different unique ideas, and investors, coach, everybody is coming and sharing their thoughts as in a collaborative manner. So I would like to thank you for giving such opportunity. And since I am just, it is my 3rd event that I am attending, and I'm listening very patiently these things, and it gives me as well some energy to put more efforts. And I would like to volunteer as I get to know from the Rajiv that question has asked. I definitely try to invite more people to come and join this event. And this is really going to transform the startup journey. Thank you, Mark. Yeah.
That is the idea. I want this event and community transformative. You know, there's so many other events out there, of which I'm on the investor panel of a bunch of them, but none of them are quite like this. And I'm kind of hoping that the openness of this, the fact that it's sort of a free-flowing community event, is going to help us connect the dots and attract the 1 in 100, the person that you need, that is the perfect match for you, that you might meet at this type of an event. almost like dating. You know, I'm hoping this is sort of like going to the bar and meeting that special person, you know, and it just happens like serendipitous. You know, I hope that we can have magic occur for all of you founders and all the investors in the room. I'm hoping you'll find that unicorn that nobody else spotted that you can get in early. And for the service providers and the coaches and those that would like to join the founders, you know, please be active and help, because it takes a village to actually grow these startups. It takes a community to grow these startups into success. Not all of the startups have what they need. I will say that my philosophy is that if the founders don't currently have family and friends networks that they can leverage to open up warm introductions to investors, try and find people at events like this that want to align with you, that are willing to open up their networks of family and friends to make those warm introductions. This is the year, and probably next year, and maybe even the year after, when startups are going to need to find pathways to warm introductions for everything, because the pitching total strangers, the model that we've been all relying on for the last decade, just isn't working. The angel investors that were there last year, many of them panicked when their Google and Apple stock went down, or other parts of their stock portfolio went down. And we're missing a huge chunk of the investor base that we were always relying on. And so we're going to need to work a little bit differently this year, next year. That's why we are venture starters. We're the people that start ventures. I hope we can attract a huge audience. You all are amazing. I think we're at the end of the event. I so appreciate you all, especially those of you who stayed to the very end. Oh my gosh, you're the true heroes of this community. Oh my God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I look forward to seeing you on December 3rd. I need a break. You all do too. December 3rd, we'll start up again. Look for the registration at venturestarters.com. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful week, a wonderful Thanksgiving. See you in December. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.